Welcome to Vestiges of Violence. Here, we talk about survivors. For HumAngle, I am Sabika. To tell stories of conflict and show what becomes of people and communities when their lives are upended is to witness both the depth of human suffering and the remarkable ways people adapt and survive. Through Vestiges of Violence, HumAngle has continued to shine a light on the human faces behind Nigeria's conflicts. This year, we shared 11 stories of abduction, displacement, loss, and the daily struggle for survival that thousands endure. You are 9 months pregnant. We told the stories of women like Yabosam, a mother of 5 who fled her village in Borno, northeastern Nigeria, while 9 months pregnant, running barefoot with her children. She has spent years in a displacement camp and continues to walk long, dangerous paths to farm, risking her life in terrorist-controlled areas to feed her family. Terrorists who demand taxes, beat women, and abduct men. Her story reflects the dangers of farming amidst insecurity, mirroring Hannatu Isaiah's experience in Adamawa, where she farms under strict military-given timeframes and is limited in the crops she can grow, both of which are precautionary measures to terrorist attacks on farmers in the region. You are pregnant and fleeing conflict from your home. Pregnant women fleeing conflict also emerged as a recurrent story this year. Jummai and Christiana, both expecting and fleeing armed attacks in Nasarawa, north-central Nigeria, endured long, painful journeys. Jummai gave birth along the way, only to lose her child, while Christiana continues to rebuild from scratch in a cramped space with little hope for her small family. It is a night like any other until we met Tabitha and Leona, survivors of an attack in Gombe, northeastern Nigeria, who returned to burnt homes and lost livelihoods. Their lives embody the abrupt violence that strips away a people's possessions and sense of belonging. The most precious thing a war can take is a loved one. Some stories focused on the trauma of disappearance. For instance, Zara and Yetcha wait endlessly for husbands and sons taken by conflict, their lives punctuated by fragments of memory and the hope that the missing are still alive. In the absence of closure, photographs and stories become their most precious possessions. We saw through Aishatu Muhammad's story some peculiar consequences that come with having a missing loved one, like her neighbor encroaching into her home because he claimed there was no one to inherit her. Aishatu lost her son, her caretaker and provider. You are at home preparing for a quiet evening. Hurera's experience exposed the harsh reality of kidnapping in the Northwest. A mother of 10 from Katsina, she was abducted alongside 20 other women after armed men stormed her village at night. For 3 long weeks, they were marched into the forest, tied up every day, and forced to survive on scraps while their captors demanded millions in ransom. Resilience, however, threads through these tragedies. Yahawa Bagambo, who lost her husband and son to Boko Haram, became the only female house agent in Borno State, defying gender expectations and navigating danger to provide for her family. Amina is a 43-year-old. Amina, a displaced single mother in the Federal Capital Territory, continues to run her food business despite repeated losses of property, income, and even her son. You are at home with your husband and 4 children. Hawa Ali's story is another testament to endurance. After losing her husband to terrorist attacks in Zamfara, she started anew in Niger State, surviving on small domestic jobs, faith, and community kindness while keeping her children fed and safe. This year's narratives reveal recurring themes: the terror of sudden attacks, the endless cycles of displacement, the risk and hardship of securing livelihoods, the anguish of missing loved ones, and the persistent pursuit of stability. They also show the strength of those forced to navigate impossible circumstances. In every story, there is grief and loss, but also courage and hope. It is through these stories that we bear witness to the human cost of conflict, amplify voices that otherwise would be unheard, and honor the resilience of those who refuse to surrender to despair. Through Vestiges of Violence, we show that behind each statistic is a person, a family, holding on to hope and insisting on moving forward despite it all.